Y'all don't need this because y'all could hear me, right? It's not really much louder with the microphone anyways. We good? Good? Golden, all right, guys, welcome. We're going to have something special for y'all today. We're going to have a talk show style format where we're going to go over a fun topic, marriage and dating. So no better way to talk about something that's years off in your life. No way better than to make it a little more fun. We're going to start by doing that with the dating game. So our contestants are Aubrey, Aaron, Easton, and Seth. Very good, guys. If y'all would help us out so that we can hear everything, both in the live stream and here in person, since there are no microphones, we'll ask that you face this way. Give us your attention. We know we have your attention by your looking up here and you not talking. But very good. We got it. Oh, we caught one. Okay, very good. All right, take it away, guys. Aubrey, why don't you start our contestants off with some questions?
Okay, this is the dating game. So we're going to pick which bachelor. You guys are going to help me, okay? After we ask them certain questions. Okay. Bachelor number 1. Describe your perfect day. That's you.
You.
1, 2, 3. I don't know. 1, 2.
Oh, okay. Number 1. Okay.
So describe your perfect day.
My perfect day would involve waking up somewhat early, 9 o'clock. Okay, sleeping in a little bit. I'd wake up to some bagels. Okay, love a good breakfast bagel, a blueberry bagel. In fact, everything bagel is too much.
Too much.
Blueberry is the right amount of flavor. Some cream cheese.
Some cream cheese.
We'd spend the day in a park playing frisbee with me and my made-up dog. I don't have a dog, so I'd have a dog. We'd just have a great time. Spend the day out. On a nice sunny day. We don't need no cloudy, snowy day.
Okay.
Texas weather. Just a nice 70 sunny day.
That sounds really nice. Yeah. I feel the same. I think I would enjoy playing frisbee. Yeah. Okay, bachelor number 2. Do you know who you are? Don't tell me who it is. Number 2, you know who you are?
Yes.
Okay. If you were an ice cream flavor, what would you be and why?
A mix.
Why?
Because you can take a flavor of a good ice cream and then another one and mix them together to make the best flavor.
Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Bachelor number 3. Do you know who you are?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. If we were out on a Valentine's Day date, where would you take me?
Well, we'd start over a nice dinner, moonlit. Yes, a little picnic. Maybe after picking up a curbside pickup at a local Indian restaurant,
yes.
Just for a little taste of, different culture. I love to travel. And then after that, maybe we'd relocate to something artsy, like
yes.
maybe the local painting party.
Oh, yes.
Paint a little ceramic doodaddy in Plano. And,
that sounds very nice.
Yes.
Yes.
With some sparkling grape juice to kind of.
Yes. I love Indian food. I don't know how you knew that, but I love Indian food. That's so interesting.
Perfect.
Let's see. Bachelor number 1. If you were to take me to a concert, like, who would we go see?
We would go see John Mayer.
Yes, we would.
Why? Because it's John Mayer, guys.
We like John Mayer.
We love John Mayer.
Bachelor number 2. What's your dream job?
A professional at anything.
Yeah. It's to have a job. Okay. I love that about you. I also love having a job. That's really neat. Okay. Let's see. No, it's the best answer. Also, bachelor number 2. What does your mom think about you being on a dating show?
Concerned.
Is it weird? It's a little weird.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see.
How many views does this show have?
I don't know. We'll find out after.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then bachelor number 3. If you could be any TV character, who would you be and why?
Any TV character. My goodness. I'm
For any
blanking on
reason.
Some of the things that we've been binging lately.
We?
Me and my people. Me and my. I'm like blanking on anything right now.
Do you love Gilmore Girls?
I do love
Okay.
Gilmore Girls.
Yeah. Or The Office?
I do kind of have a man crush on Luke. Luke.
Ah, yes.
Gilmore Girls.
Ah,
That's
yes.
pretty good.
All right. Does anybody have a question they would want to come whisper in my ear that I should ask one of the bachelors? Now is your chance. Because then I have to think about it. Okay, Abby, come on up and tell me what you think we should ask. And then we're going to, I guess, make a decision based on all this information I have now.
Okay, this is a really important question.
Just
It'll
tell me.
decide your future.
Okay, this is my future. Oh, that matters.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, it's so important.
All right. Bachelor number 1, do you like pineapple on your pizza?
That's a nuke of a question.
No?
I'll eat it if I have to.
Okay. Bachelor number 2, do you like pineapple on your pizza?
Sure.
Okay. Bachelor number 3, do you like pineapple on your
I
pizza?
love it.
I think I'm gonna have to pick bachelor number 3. We're married!
It's amazing.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, you guys give it up for our contestants. Aubrey picked Seth, her husband. Boom. All right, thank you guys for coming. We're going to start the show. No, just kidding. Oh, no. Well, it changed. All right, contestants, go ahead and come up.
That was hilarious. Now I feel like I'm
There
stuck
we
in this
go.
voice for the rest of the time. But I don't.
Go ahead and turn that up whenever we get to the back. Let's go ahead and turn up our mix. There we go. Sorry, I just really wanted to play the piano.
You really did. We're taking it very seriously.
All right, thank you guys for being up here. We want to start by introducing you guys to both Aubrey and Seth. I think there's no better way of doing that than to show you what they looked like when they were your age. So we're going to start with Aubrey. Aubrey. Now, Aubrey, where was this that you had the cornrows?
So this was in Cancun.
Okay, so it works.
My dad gave me like 5 pictures to pick from, and this was the best one I could come. It's a weird one, but it's the one you got. So.
Shell necklace.
Yeah, puka shells.
And now, Seth, we have a picture of you too.
Look at him! So cute! Everyone go, aww.
Take it easy, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Look at that. Look at that hair. I miss that
So
hair.
beautiful.
Oh. All right, very good. So guys, we want to hear from y'all. We're talking about marriage and dating today, and I think there's no better way to talk about marriage and dating than to have two people who just do it so awesomely. And so we, of course, wanted to have y'all up. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You guys are married. How long have y'all been married for?
About 4.5 years.
4.5 years.
So we really got it down.
Yeah, that's
Now,
We're really good at this.
where did you guys meet? Because I believe y'all have a pretty interesting kind of come to dating story. Am I
Yes.
right?
So we are like the worst people to be up here probably because we met in like youth group. No, imagine those two middle schoolers like being friends. That's weird, right? And now it's us. So we went to the same church. So even from like a young age, I think we just knew who each other were. But we did not like each other until much later in life. After college, we dated. And then we got married.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Come on.
So it's not weird, but you could be like in a room with someone you might someday marry. I don't know.
Whoa.
That's true.
Whoa.
Pressure
Everyone
cooker.
goes, ew.
Disgusting.
Ew. Yeah.
I just want to. Yeah.
Where's that sound effect?
Let's turn that up a little bit. Where are we
We
at
need
with
more of
it?
that.
There we go. Okay, now you gotta feel it. Very good. That's what's into it.
have the middle school voice.
Guys, now getting married is cool, right? But we want to hear a little bit of the nitty gritty. So when you guys were in middle school, we'll start with Aubrey because you're
Yes, sir.
closest to me. But when you guys were in middle school, let's say who was your biggest celebrity crush?
Middle school?
And we will
I should
ask
be
this
prepared
question
for
for
this.
each contestant so we can see the variety of different people God has made on this earth.
The variety. So when I was in middle school, might have been when like High School Musical, the first one came out. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think I was into Zac Efron, but that puts a frame of reference of like
The time frame.
Where we were.
I was in
Yeah.
8th grade. Zac Efron was everybody's like, crush. So that's what I'll go with because I don't really even remember.
I was
Who
gonna
was you
say, well, and it's kind of in the same vein. Like I'm having a hard time placing at
Disney?
that time. So even just going off of that, like I thought Vanessa Hudgens was cute. you
She's
know,
cute.
high school.
Which one's that?
She's
Vanessa
the dark
Hudgens.
hair.
She's Zac Efron's.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Get your
Yeah.
head in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's one of them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, did you have any hard breakups when you were in middle school?
No, so we never dated. We were like friends.
You just
Oh, no.
mean generally.
Uh,
Other relationships. Yeah.
Other breakups?
Other breakups. Yeah.
Yeah,
not
back
with
in the
yeah,
day,
not
yeah.
with you guys.
Not here.
So this
You're
will be
the-
funny
where's
for
the
all
back?
of you. Maybe
Yeah.
just something about me. When I was in 9th grade, I had a little boyfriend, and he broke up with me in Stonebriar Mall. You've all been there. You know what I'm
Wait,
talking
so
about.
we know, in case we ever are in Stonebriar Mall with you, and we know which area to avoid.
Stop. It was outside of Nordstrom's. So it's a bad spot for me. I cried in the mall because this
To this
guy that
day.
we were like friends, and he.
Yeah.
Like a single tear rolls down her cheek
Yeah.
anytime we're back there.
You can't go in Nordstrom's. Yeah.
No, it was
That's
good.
hilarious.
It was good. That's too much information, but there you go.
And for me, actually, I did not date at all until I was in college. So I had one girlfriend before I had Aubrey, but I started crushing on Aubrey
Wow.
in middle school. So it's kind of
Wow.
like,
That's how it happens.
That's
It's
right.
the slow burn.
it's the slow burn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
still
awesome.
burning.
Well, guys, y'all been married for a little over 4 years now. Y'all have two beautiful boys. What are their names?
We have Silas
And Harvey.
and Harvey.
And
Harvey's-
Harvey?
Yeah, Silas is almost 2. Harvey is 5 or
About
6
6
months old.
months.
Yeah.
Y'all are right in the thick of parenting.
Exhaustion.
I think one thing that we often cannot realize until we're put in it is when you get married, that first comes marriage and then comes the baby carriage, right? And so you have to understand that there are things in life that you could prepare for, and there are things in life that you can't prepare for. Parenting is one of those things. And if you don't understand that it's something new and exciting, but also difficult, I think you're more likely to be caught off guard. What would you guys say for those in the room and those watching? What advice would you give a middle schooler who's going to have a family one day about being new parents?
So someday y'all will have children, and we're gonna give you advice.
Someday.
Do you have anything off the top of your head?
Not really. I mean, there is kind of this.
That's like, don't.
No, I mean, there is this unknown, and it seems so far off, and it is far off, but, and like you're not a parent until you're a parent, but there are some things like in the way that you deal with people and either difficult hardships. It's kind of like knowing that I think the hardest thing with your children is that they do things that you can't control. And like, there are certain ages where like they, some of it is just they're being rebellious, and some of it's like they can't understand. And that happens with like your friends too.
Everybody.
Like they don't understand, or you can't control what they do. And so it's kind of like trying to view everything graciously, like if your friend does something that you really didn't like, but you know they didn't mean to do this. It's kind of like there are different ways that you can frame conversations with your friends or with your parents or with your siblings or whatever that kind of is just knowing that ultimately you can't control what they're doing, but you can communicate your frustrations, like graciously, you can communicate whatever on your side and then work with them in a
I'm going with
Christ-like
that.
manner.
Oh.
Yeah, that's ditto.
Oh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're going to keep y'all on, but we're going to introduce our next guest. So we're coming up with Julie and Jim. Oh, get it, Jim. Come on, y'all, come on. All right. Julie and Jim. Guys, y'all recognize Julie and Jim because you come in and Julie and Jim are there. They're our first responders. And or rather, our first line of defense for all middle school students. I'm kidding. Julie and Jim are dear friends of ours, and they will always be here to check us in and to offer a smile. But they do so much more than that, and you're so much more than just people who check people in.
We're the old people.
You were at one time at least people who check people out. But now you're married, and so you're here on our dating show. Segue bad. All right. We're going to start, though, by doing the same thing we did with y'all, where we can see older pictures of y'all. So this is Julie. Now, this is interesting
You
because...
like my glasses?
Yeah. You know...
Those pants are back in style.
Right?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Cool again.
The mom jeans.
Your
The mom-
The
trends are
mom
They're
jeans.
back.
They're back.
They're back.
You can go home and YouTube mom jeans, okay? That's fine, okay? Now, how old were you in this picture, Julie?
I think I'm Jillian's age. I think I'm
Okay.
14 or 15.
So just a few years ago.
I was doing 4-H. Does anybody know what that is?
4-H. What is it? No?
Is that like a juice cleanse?
No.
No? What's
No.
4-H?
She has a hand up.
Who?
Alden.
Alden. What's 4-H?
I just know that it's like wilderness stuff like that, like taking your farm home.
Yeah, like farming stuff. So I grew vegetables and
Oh.
I lived in North Dakota at the time.
North Dakota.
North Dakota. Yeah, there we go.
I actually didn't know that. You may be the only person I've ever known from North Dakota.
She is the only
Interesting.
person.
Yeah,
The only one that made it out,
That's
right?
right.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, here's now. We did receive a picture from Julie. Now, interestingly enough, Jim.
That's
Jim has had a long history of bike riding.
Because there's a helmet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had a helmet.
Well, we photoshopped
Not the
the helmet
70s.
on there just for
Safety.
safety purposes. So this
Not an old
this
picture.
is not Jim. We just when Jim was in middle school, they didn't quite get around to photography yet, and so no, I'm kidding. There was not a picture accessible of Jim at that age, but
So he's the youngest child, so they took no pictures.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
By that time, they have no strength.
No,
Okay?
nothing.
No strength. For those of you in families of more than 3, you understand this. The last kid's just kind of there. Okay? Right? So Julie and Jim, guys, we want to hear a little bit about how y'all met. Because everyone has a unique story to describe how they met their spouse. What is y'all's?
So, who's been to the State Fair of Texas? Or I should say it
Come
this
on.
way, the Great State Texas Fair. All right, so this was a few years ago. We had mutual friends, and you guys will probably do this as well in your life. So a group of girls and a group of boys. And we met Friday night, Texas OU weekend. So, big weekend, right? Yeah.
A lot of people
So
there.
lots of people
A lot
at the
of
fair.
people there.
So there was the group of girls and the group of boys. And our friend said, I've got somebody I think you should meet. So we went to church. I went to church with her and her husband and their family. And so we ended up meeting 5 o'clock underneath Big Tex. Now who knows who Big Tex is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, everybody should put their hand up. Okay.
Come on.
Hands up.
Hands up.
Wave them in the air.
You know what a corn dog is. That's right.
Okay, point up. So, 5 o'clock Friday night.
That's the only reason why we do the show. It's just so I could use this on the live stream.
Yeah, so, but we ended up getting introduced. Julie, this is Jim. Jim, this is Julie. And the first thing we did is we went on a ride. Now you have to understand. Do you want to? Well, I'll let you describe.
I
You
like
know how
it.
I walked up and you're like,
Oh.
yeah. So maybe we don't. I don't know. Anyways, so
Yeah.
Real quick, so hang on. I think sometimes we need to play to our kinesthetic learners in the audience, okay? And so what you're saying is there was a moment in time when you walked up to her. Could you show us what that
That's
walk would have looked
awesome.
like?
Just do it across the front.
Yeah,
Like-
come on.
okay.
Okay, so
It's
Julie,
like wearing
Julie,
without
can you
what you have on.
stand right here? And I don't know if she caught your eye or what it was, but could you? Yeah, pull those bridges up.
That's right. So
This is big tech.
can you tell Jim is
Okay,
bow-legged?
so I've been on horses, so my legs are a little bit bowed, and so I also wear cowboy boots. And so when she first saw me, now do not do this. I'm going to tell you from personal experience.
What did I do? Oh, yeah.
So
You had Copenhagen. It's fine.
yes,
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
Right.
And you don't need to do it, trust me. But anyway, so I had my can of Copenhagen, and I had my boots, and she's looking at me like, oh my gosh, he just came in from the country.
Yeah.
So,
He's a cowboy.
so
And
yes.
I'm a city girl.
And
So,
she's from North
that
Dakota.
was-
Yeah, North Dakota.
So you kind of
That's right.
made your way
I
in,
on up.
kind of like with the Spurs.
My Spurs were
That's
jingling.
right.
You know, yeah. Tumbleweed. So now, it interesting that while we all have our stories of when we meet our spouses, we do still have a life before that. Tell us about when y'all were in middle school. I want to hear from each of you who was your, and no one's going to get
No,
who these
no
references
one's
are,
gonna get this.
but so it's recorded on film for people to archive later.
Yeah.
Who was your celebrity crush in middle school, Julie?
Sean Cassidy.
Sean Cassidy.
Cassidy.
Do you even know who that is?
Nope.
It's like Zac Efron, but with long feathered
Emily,
hair.
can you pull these people up on the screens?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So Sean Cassidy.
Yeah.
Why Sean Cassidy?
'Cause he was a good
While we
singer.
stall for her to pull up.
Yeah,
on the
so
screen.
he's a musician.
Okay.
He had a good voice, and he was cute. He
Yeah.
was very cute.
Sean Cassidy.
Well, that's-
Look at
he's
this
old.
guy.
Maybe got
Right there.
IMDb on the.
Okay, third row
Oh,
down.
yeah. Oh, no, the second row
Fourth.
down with the white hat.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one, too. Yeah. That's an album cover. I probably had that album.
And now
Okay,
Jim.
what's an elbow?
Jim, what about
Right.
you? What about you?
Who was yours?
Wow,
I was
pick
thinking
one.
about this when Ron asked Seth and Aubrey. Let's
Charlie's Angels.
let's go with Molly Ringwald.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I know.
yeah. For the Breakfast Club,
Pretty in Pink.
right?
Yeah.
Pull up Molly Ringwald real
Yeah.
quick.
She's cute.
Is that her real name or is that her
That's her
show
real
name?
No, that's her real name.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Or Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Molly Ringwald.
Oh, yeah,
Look.
Mary Lou
cute.
Retton.
Yeah. Everyone's like, okay, yeah.
Third row down. Yep, there we go. Breakfast Club. Yep, there we go.
Oh, so funny.
Well, we all have our embarrassing people that we had crushes on in middle school. And as many of you guys know, middle school is just full of crushes. But let's zoom back to dating and getting married because that's what we want for all of y'all. But how long have y'all been married for?
This year will be 23 years.
23 years. How old were y'all 23 years ago? Zero.
Negative zero.
Negative 9. Okay. I was younger.
Younger.
What advice would you give to a middle schoolers when we're married? Marriage teaches us something about ourselves and about God that I think we can't really experience, at least as fully in other ways. What does being married taught each of you about yourself or about God?
So for me, it's taught me that I'm not in control.
Kind of like what Seth was saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like with parenting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would echo that all the way around.
Hmm.
So in new ways, trusting who God is,
Yeah.
and believing He will do what He says He will do.
Yeah. Jim, what about you?
I think the biggest thing, and it's, if you look at our 23 years, while that's a long time, there's been good and there's been bad. And fortunately, the last has been better, So I'd say what's really important out of that, and what I've seen from God is, it's hard in this day and age because it's all about me or all about you. And when you're married, it's not. It's about us. So it's about the two of you, and giving up selfish behaviors, being selfless, and I'd say so. That's something that's really important. I wish I would have known it sooner. So maybe you hear that, and maybe that can be helpful for you all.
I think that's one of the important things that we've all been trying to talk about on Sunday mornings these last few weeks is both with the loss of our power and the storm and all that, not just figuratively, but literally losing power. There are times in our life, just like in the storm, that we are out of control, powerless to change what's going on. And in marriage, in a big way, it is like that, both in the fact that you don't get to choose choices for your family's life all on your by yourself in isolation, and also you now have to take care of someone else, and it's something that is also hard to prepare for, like parenting. But I want to also encourage y'all too that while we talk about parenting, dating, marriage, and stuff, we're going to tell you things that we want you to hear, but we want to also push you towards that because they are the things that we think you will find the most joy and satisfaction in. And they are wonderful. But life is not sunshine and rainbows. So, thank you guys. We're going to have our next guest on. If y'all want to scoot over, Nikki, my wife, if you want to go ahead and come on. Sorry, that was mostly for me.
That was the extended.
Guys, welcome my wife, Nikki Nelson, on here on the show. You look great.
You look great. Stop.
We all have these stories of where you hear when people marry up, but I really did marry up just to a good-looking wife.
He thought my
A
family
wonderful woman.
No, I didn't think they had a lot of money. But we'll find out more about Nikki and I's faults coming up here in the next few seconds. But let's first start by showing them a little bit of pictures of who you and I were in middle school. So, let's just show it.
I don't even want to look.
Am I first?
Well,
I think you are.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, it broke? That'd be great.
No, hang on. Manual.
Oh,
Hey!
Nikki, look at that.
It's a glamour
Now, I'm pretty
shot.
confident this was 8th grade.
That's a glamour
That's 8th
shot.
grade. And,
It was that up angle.
So
right?
where was this like a professional, like
No,
a
that was at the
JCPenney?
mall.
At the
Yes.
mall.
At the mall.
Oh, that's
at the
great.
mall. So, if you didn't know, the big darn deal, probably 80s through early 2000s, maybe earlier,
Glamour
you correct me, was you, ladies especially, guys, you ain't doing this ever, but ladies, you take your gals and you go to the mall and you get glamour shots and often have weird filters on them. Now you can do that all with your phones, it's relevant, but you would go and pay people for a dope picture of you and your gals.
And you would give it to your friends.
And you give, it's this weird kind
Like
of...
this picture of me to remember what I
look,
look like.
here's what I look like. It's all foggy and there's sparkles in the background.
Yeah.
Here is, that looks great, honey. You look wonderful. Tears
they're
for me.
Oh.
That hair though.
Now, full disclosure, I did ask my mom for these, and so I think that she, having her mom goggles, chose probably one of the better looking pictures of me. I had a rough middle school, okay? And cookies and donuts were not nice to me, okay? Neither were the kids, but I did. You can't tell because it was, she's taking a picture with her phone of a picture, like of a printed picture. I did have frosted tips.
Oh.
Frosted.
Do any of you know what frosted tips are?
You
No.
get highlights of little,
Okay, they're all like, yeah, we know.
Oh, Jill
Okay.
Beckham.
yeah, people get highlights, right? I did get highlights, okay? So,
Still is.
Nikki, Ran.
Cute.
Super cute.
So cute.
Nikki, what is it like being married to me?
Wow.
We're gonna start with.
Yeah.
The best part and the not.
Is that a real question?
The filter.
I had to learn being married to Ren. Well, I will say when we were dating,
Go for
I
it.
had to learn that Ren was very loud. And so what I've learned in marriage is like how to like tap him and lower his volume for him, especially in like a very nice restaurant where he's just yelling. But like people want to enjoy their dinner. And so I just do this and then I fix it.
Yeah.
And then like everything else, it just goes
That's what I've learned. You can't control everything, but you can control
volume
Yeah.
in a nice restaurant. Yeah.
So basically, you're just married to a good-looking loud dude.
Yep. That's
Good-looking
it.
loud dude.
So middle school crushes from, you know,
My middle
Celebrity
school
crush?
was definitely Eminem. I kissed a picture of him every day on the way to school.
that was so unexpected.
Now
Can
you
we,
know.
wait, Emily, if you want to pull these out, let's pull Eminem up.
We don't want to
Yeah.
Google.
Be careful with
Yeah,
that picture.
Probably
find
not.
an appropriate
Yeah.
picture of Eminem
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Remember, that's
What's his
E.M.
real name? His real name
Marshall
is
Mathers.
Marshall Mathers.
So he's a rapper, for those of you, and that's why we're like, let's be careful.
Yeah.
Because he's a rapper. Okay. Not
Y'all
a
don't
Christian
know who
rapper.
Eminem is?
No.
Ice.
Yeah,
Ice
it's
Baby.
you're not missing.
Ice Ice Baby.
Jim. He said
I'm like
ice.
super careful here.
So
Ice Baby.
you can
Yeah.
tell that
I still love
Nikki
him.
went a different direction
Yeah.
later on in life.
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
Right.
I'll
What's yours?
reciprocate. I will say that my middle school crush, far and away, it's very easy for me, was Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Sure.
Have
Pull
any of you seen
Topanga
Boy
up.
Meets World?
Pull Topanga. Now, Boy Meets World
it's
was the
so
after-school
good.
special. Growing up, you'd get home from school, it'd always be on, and Boy Meets World taught us all the things we need to know about life, and go to a not, yeah, there you
Oh, there
go,
we go.
This is weird.
like a not older one. There
But we
go.
can
Perfect.
endorse this. Like, Boy
We
Meets
can
World was
endorse
really
Boy Meets
cute.
World.
It was a good show.
We do not
Yeah.
endorse Eminem.
No, we don't.
Okay?
No, we can't.
That was before Jesus.
Oh, come on.
Play a
Um,
Topanga
like
clip.
music.
Shh.
So what would y'all say about what marriage has taught you in terms of about yourself or about God in a greater way?
Oh, I'll let you.
I'll go first. I think kind of what Jim was saying is it's all about trust, and you move away from it's all about me, which we all do as people. I'm sure you think that now. I thought that in middle school. It's all about me, me, me. And then when you get married, it's not all about you anymore. It's about you and someone who you love, and that kind of goes along with the Lord. And you know, you have to listen to the Lord. Like I have to listen to Ren, even though sometimes I don't want to hear what he has to say. I have to listen to Ren, and he has to listen to
But
me.
you'll hear it because it'll be loud.
I'll hear
you know.
it.
Just break it down.
But I think that's the same way in our relationship with the Lord. Is it's all about trust, and I have to trust his decisions because he's the spiritual leader of our household, and I married him, so
And it's
Ew.
on tape now.
it's on tape.
So.
Stop.
Mm.
I would say, I would say, being married has,
Be careful.
yeah, it's recorded. I had to learn real fast, and I praise God because our marriage counselor, this was something that they really tried to push on us. When you're married, if you try to find your satisfaction in life from your spouse you'll never be happy. Nikki and I both had to break our pattern from middle school dating, high school dating, college dating. We met in college. We should probably have told that story too. But all of the people that we had dated, we always tried to find satisfaction in our lives from them. Spending time with them, what they said about us, how they treated us, how they did this or that with us. That is not God's plan for marriage. In fact, when you're married and you try to have all your happiness come from your spouse, you're going to be pushing a ball uphill. I think I have learned after 8.5 years of marriage that if I don't go to God first for my satisfaction, I will end up upset about not being satisfied in life, and I will take that out on the people who are most important to me. I would encourage y'all too, when you get married, to realize that while that's exciting, and that's your best friend, and your spouse, your husband, your wife, if you are only relying on them to be happy in life, you will never be happy, and your marriage will be garbage. But when you try to look to God first for satisfaction and joy and spending time with Him, it's only in those moments that our marriage was the best. The lows were when I tried to do it on my own, and God was not part of the equation. But I had to say that because I'm a pastor. So.
Like your piano.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
He'll be here all day.
It's really fun. Do y'all have any questions for us while we're up here? And any questions about dating, marriage, parenting?
I didn't sign up for this.
So far, I'm saying that maybe we covered it all. But I want to know, before we kind of transition to something else, I want to know from y'all, while we're all up here, if y'all have a question for us.
Can we or did we?
Did we
Do
play
we?
video games? Do we?
Currently.
Do we? Oh, what a wonderful question. My answer is this. Video games are wonderful, but there will be a point in your life where video games will not be your primary. So this may sound funny, and so I mean to answer you very serious. This is both for guys and girls. It's okay to be really loving your video games now. It's wonderful. As you go through high school and maybe even through college, you'll still have that. But when you get married to someone in an effort to make sure that they feel loved and cared for, games will go. You may play games every now and again, but we don't play games.
I like Mario Kart.
She does play. She likes Mario Kart and Mario Party.
Nintendo 64.
Yeah, anybody?
But she's not playing Halo with me.
Oh, right. But also, to Catherine's point, I think even when you get married, you maintain your thing.
Yeah.
So maybe that was one of the things that fell off for Pastor Red. Because Seth really likes to play guitar. So he makes time to play guitar when we're not spending our time together or we're not with our kids. So you still maybe maintain your thing.
But sometimes in loving your spouse,
you give it up
you choose
to
to give
spend
it
time
up.
with
While
them.
I will always love playing guitar and I enjoy that time, there will be times that it can be in direct conflict to loving my wife or loving my kids.
Very-
And in those you give it up.
Very well put.
Yeah.
Very well put.
Now we have some.
I will say one thing though, this
What do you
you
play,
can
Jim?
enjoy is, I've actually been known to play video games with my daughter.
Yes.
I don't know if she wants to stand up.
No. No standing.
Come on up here.
No stand. Daughter doesn't exist. They're just two people.
I love
But you play with this hypothetical daughter of yours.
Yes.
Not
so,
me. I'm like,
you know,
I don't even know the controls are.
so my video game was Atari. I don't think
yeah.
anybody, your grandparents might know what that is.
Yeah, Atari rocked.
And so Atari, and then anyways, gave up for a long time, and
Are you
then,
laughing at me?
I did.
Seriously.
but playing games with my daughter, yep, I've been known to do that.
Yeah.
Fortnite, but I can't do that Fortnite dance there.
I think it's like that.
And for the sake of your family, we won't make you. But now, are there any other questions before we close? Very good. We've answered all your questions about marriage. Oh, yes. Is that Shelly?
Yes.
Go for it, Shelly.
My question is, how do you know that that's the one you want to marry?
Oh, wonderful question.
You're going to get
A question I'm not prepared for, so I'll make Aubrey go first.
So this is kind of creepy and maybe hasn't happened to every couple, whatever. But it was one of the times in my life that like God spoke to me. And I knew, even when since I've known him forever, there was a time I didn't like him very much, but I was like, oh, I'm going to marry him. And I was like frustrated. But then.
We have a great happy marriage.
We have, no, that was in high school and the times were different. But then after college, but after college, there was like this weird, like this imparted knowledge from God that it was like, like a peaceful, like we weren't dating yet and we had some like, disagreement between us or something, and I thought we'll never be able to date because, you know. But then God was like, "You're gonna get married," and that's weird.
Yeah.
But it's so true.
And
Like it's very true for me.
For me, it's like, while not as direct, like you are going to marry Aubrey. There was a lot of
the Lion King where
You are
yeah,
going
Fonzo-
to marry.
You are my son. Yeah.
But
That's not how God speaks to him. Okay.
Yeah. But it was cool to me, and in my experience, and again, I had known Aubrey for literally about 20 years before we started dating. So I mean, this is very unusual in a lot of ways. But the one thing that was cool in aligning being with her for the rest of my days, like with my faith, is that like there were good days between us and good seasons of life, like since we were really close friends in middle school. And there were also really dark times in a relation like between us, but something that was prevalent in all of that is God taught me a lot, molded me a lot into his image by the way that I needed to like reconcile with Aubrey. Like there were many moments of like reconciling with Aubrey, not even as a somebody I was relationally like interested in, romantically interested in, but simply as a member of the household of faith, like with
God's
me.
family.
And so just knowing that like I could look at her and be like, I know that for the rest of my days, like I'm going to continue to be molded into the image of Christ, because not even being married to you, not even being dated to you, like that's already happened, you know? So
About to cry over it.
All right, dude, it's cool.
Getting emotional.
Anybody else?
Man, I would say, because that's a really good question, and I think it may be different for so Easton, contestant number two, eyes up here. I would say when it comes to finding your time where you try to make a choice, who is it that you're going to marry? Who is it that you're going to commit to for the rest of your life? I think we could tell you all of our stories, and they would all be different. But there's two things that are going to be similar in everything. One is that there's no perfect way. So the way you see couples meet on movies or shows is not real life. Nobody looks across a room for the most part and walks up and was like, "Hey, your sister has ice powers, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm a princess. Let's get married." Frozen. I'm kidding. But it's not like that. But two, and this is really important, when you have to make any major decision in life, your first place to go is to pray and ask God. And this may be time and time again, but you are always to make tough decisions and consider them by praying. However, though, in that praying, God may reveal to you something clear, something that's hard to explain. And sometimes God may give you some other way of choosing, but God is our source that we go to for direction and guidance, especially with big decisions. Yeah, that's how I would.
Good. Understood. Yeah. I would add wise counsel.
And wise counsel, yes.
Wise,
Yeah.
godly counsel.
Yeah, you know some other brothers and sisters in Christ who know better than you, and you run that chick or dude past them and say, what do you think of this guy? Oh, he's trash, Or she's great, Yes. I'm hesitant to, it's time. We had another question in the back, but it's time. Guys, thank you so much for being here, whether you're online or in person. We went a little long. We had some other stuff planned, but that's our time today. Thank you. Good night. Y'all wave to the camera. Good night. See you guys. All right. All right. Thank you, guys. All right.